Professor Narsey, as an economist, what are your views? How much has the country lost through the coups from 1987 to date, with almost, 8 years of no parliament, from December 2006 to 2014, and many laws that came through at that time came through decrees that eventually were just passed as acts?
Well, the thing is, to me, Vijay, I let Justice Fatiyaki talk about the lawmaking process and so on. But for me, as an economist, what I've seen, the facts are, and the economy virtually mirrors what happens to the tourism industry. So in my articles, many articles I've written in my books where I talk about the costs of our coups, you have a graph, and the graph is going upwards, like the tourism arrivals. The graph is going upwards. The coup happens, the graph drops. Then the tourism industry tries to get back, and then the graph grows again. Another coup happens, and the graph drops. And then they try to rise again, and another coup happens, and the graph drops. And so the GDP of Fiji has been doing that right from 1987 times. And one of the interesting comparisons I have made with Fiji is that of Mauritius, which is a small island country like us in the middle of the Indian Ocean, depends on tourism, sugar, and it's multicultural like us. And their GDP per capita in 1950 was less than ours. In 1970, it was less than ours. And then, because of our coups, we suffered and suffered. So today, their GDP per capita is basically twice that of Fiji. Twice. Which means, can you imagine where everybody's income in Fiji was twice what it is? And yet we have done this to ourselves with no real benefit to the people, of the country, of course, except that coup makers have always benefited. And unfortunately, when I look at Fiji and I compare ourselves to Mauritius or Singapore, is a real other extreme example, there's no reason for poverty in Fiji for anybody. But these coups have done us enormous, enormous harm.